with so much goose that you could call
It's from Chick-fil-A.
I can't do it.
Oh, bro. I did the whole intro looking stupid for real.
This is yellow.
If you guessed yellow, you're wrong. This is mustard yellow.
Don't even like mustard. Imagine this. What if every single shot that one basketball player made,
Drained
they
it.
never missed? How much would you want to watch that? Okay, yeah, for like maybe a season or something. But after 7 seasons and he never misses, you're not going to want to play against him or watch him anymore. It gets boring.
Yeah,
what
that's
happens.
crazy.
So if you don't fail ever, you're boring as shit. We're going to cuss in here? You're boring.
Yeah, you're... Exactly. It's just take all the risk now. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Welcome back to the Lumbago podcast, where two 20-year-olds talk about predicting the future and telling you what religion you should actually become.
Buddhism.
Okay. So right off the bat, we just want to say thanks for everyone that watched the very first podcast. We really appreciate all the views that we got from that. And we're going to keep doing videos like this with me and Lorenzo. Okay, so what's new with you, man?
The newest thing is that I'm in a commercial.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of commercial? Like Nike?
Bro, Adidas?
Adidas, not on that level yet.
No, it's just in a commercial. I'm like an extra.
Oh, yeah?
Like in the back.
What you gotta
But I'm in
do-
there.
You gotta be so good, like while they're actually recording the legit commercial, just come into it and say something just
I'm like half
spectacular.
blurred out in the back, bro.
Oh, really?
They see like my outline shell. Probably can't even tell it's me.
You're holding base 3. Third base.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But
What have you doing? Chilling?
Bro, I was literally fake talking with this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had like a date, so I was like dancing in the front with like a date.
At the club, right? There was like a club scene?
Jazz.
A jazz bar. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a jazz thing.
So we're actually from San Antonio, so we have this place called The Pearl, and it's where all the vintage, trendy kids go, like myself, and we take cool pics.
Yeah, and they were shooting a commercial, and we were down there, but that's the newest thing.
Me and Lorenzo, we kind of do this podcast because we just have so many things. We're literally in every single jar. There's like 12 cookie jars. We have a hand in every single one. But yeah, so what would you say are like some of the business ventures that we're starting at our 20s that we want to be more successful on later on?
Okay, it's going to be podcasting, number 1. Life coaching, number 2.
Uh-huh.
Modeling, number 3.
Gotta have that.
Public speaking, number 4. And number 5 is probably just going to be investments
Yeah.
into
Okay.
maybe crypto.
Crypto.
Actually, I know somebody who's invested plenty.
I had this guy hit me up on
Crypto.
Facebook. He's like, yeah, man, I'm starting my own cryptocurrency firm. Basically, just throw me some cash and I'm going to invest it for you. I was like, bet. Cash?
Here's $6,000.
But no, crypto is for sure, like, it's amazing just to be an untraceable payment. You know what I mean? That's like the safest thing. That way you can purchase this and then pay for it on the internet without getting all your card information stolen.
Yeah, I mean...
It only makes sense.
to buy a token that's created by someone that is now valuable that you can sell. I mean, that's what money is. You just create the value. Like, it's literally just, I only have my wallet, but it's like $1 bills that's like freaking paper.
It's crazy. I was listening to what Gary Vee, he was talking about was how so many people, they want to come out with the next Instagram, the next Facebook, the next Bitcoin. He's like, you don't have to fucking do that. He's like, you just come up with something small. Like, so find the niche and then the niche's niche and build that. And that's a 6-figure income. He's like, and then you go create Facebook. And then you go, you know.
Yeah, make yourself like a good baseline to start and then go and do whatever the hell you want after that.
Yeah.
Don't just start off and be freaking poor the whole time.
You ever have $1 million ideas?
Bro, every day.
So my most recent $1 million idea, it might be created because I didn't look it up, but it was during my vocal lessons in my songwriting class. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, is there anywhere online where it just has the song, because 99% of all songs, the song structure is the same. It's like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That's how it goes. I was like, isn't there... Chorus. So like on iMovie when I'm making remember when I showed you that trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just a layout. It was just like, hey, make a cool scene like this, make a cool scene with 4 people. Okay, now do another scene holding something, do a scene scared. Why don't they do that for writing music? Okay? Write your story right here, write your chorus right here, and it's just an app and you just type it in.
The structure's already
Yeah, like it's just there. It's literally fill in the blank. And there's nothing like that created. Because so many people want to, like even me, I want to write music. And I never have like pen and paper everywhere, but what if I just had that app and I could always just, plug in my notes? What if all plastic containers contain like this thin little strip of just like a magnet, right? And so instead of like picking up the trash or like when there's trash like on the side of the road, what if we had this big plane that just had like a magnet and it flew over us and it just like picked up all the plastic or whatever, like just the random debris. Like maybe in that magnetic strip, there was like code written in it. That way it wouldn't just pick up random other magnetized items, you know what I mean? Like your pen or your fucking iPhone doesn't just go flying up. But like what if there was some code written in it and it just like cleaned everything?
Then where's the plane? I don't know what
it's like it's a drone. Like someone just flies the drone.
Yeah, but where does that drop all the plastic?
Well, it helps by relieving it from the highways and stuff like that. And then it just it's a drone, so it just goes and it drops everything in the
Who controls the drone? What if I want to go drop it at somebody's house?
Well, it's instead of the garbage people going and picking it up, it'd just be one guy, and he's just droning and just...
What is his job called? The droner?
No, it's a...
Plastic droner?
Environmental dronist.
Environmental dronist. Professional. You go to school 7 years for this.
What do you think about that? How fucking crazy does that sound?
I mean, it sounds pretty crazy. I don't think... I can poke plenty of holes in it. But it could happen. Just like so many different
10 years later, wow, Justin was fucking right, man. That was a pretty good idea. You remember I showed you that link about the wireless charging?
Yes.
You told me I was crazy about that. How would you describe this?
An area... or an aura, you walk in and it energizes you or powers up your device or whatever.
Yeah.
You throw it in that aura and then
so basically, what I was telling Lorenzo is if you walked into your house, you had this device there, and instead of giving your house Wi-Fi, it gives your house energy. And some scientists actually came out with it, so now when you walk in and you have your new iPhone, it just wirelessly charges while it's in your pocket.
That's really crazy. If I'm charging my phone over there right now.
Just because we're at home.
Because we're here.
Game changing.
Charged.
But, what's crazy, I said it, and like little do I know, some Stanford scientists it's already out. I'm over here thinking like, man, is that possible? And they're already like, it's here. We're in the beta phase.
There's a scientist, cheerleading team, you have everybody like donating for the sponsors and everybody gets excited about football season and things like that from like high school. He created that, but for science and for math for kids that wanted to be good in those type of fields. He created that, but it's a very big thing in like plenty of schools now to where kids can go and compete and these things, and they have cheerleaders and they have prizes they win, trophies and like championship they win for like science and math.
Attractive girls cheering them on, just who can solve the equation the fastest.
And they're all hype and it's all intense and they're like sweating and then like all kinds of stuff, bro.
It's my god, bro, like, that's a great idea.
Yes,
though.
Because it's just for like math and science rather than football, because there's people cheering football, but there's nobody people cheering for that. It's gonna draw in girls to even do that as well.
Instead of like whoever's like the big buff quarterback, they're gonna be like, this man solved pi in about 34 seconds.
Yes, the guy who created it actually thought really weird. He thought he was dumb when he was little. He said whenever he was in school and he was in elementary, he'd get in trouble for not paying attention. So he would do a math equation, and he was like, what's the square root of 9? He'd be like, all right, 3. All right, what's the square root of 3? It's like 1.789 or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason he knew that is because he looked it up before, but then he thought, okay, 1789... George Washington's birthday. George Washington.
Conspiracy.
First president of the United States. He cut down a cherry tree. And in the middle of class, he's thinking all this, but then the teacher asks him the question. And he's like,
I was like,
what's the answer number 7? He's like, George what? I don't know. But he was thinking about all this other crap that was like super, like way different.
That's called ADD.
But he was super smart because he knew all this stuff. Like, I didn't know any of that. I don't know if that's really true or not. But that's what he was thinking. Like, it just, his brain led him down that path in the middle of class, and you get in trouble for not paying attention, but you're using your imagination. So you shut that off.
So do you know why that happens? Because basically, like, it's called ADD. If you're not learning something, it's actually good. Your brain strives to always be learning. So basically, someone's talking, you're like, oh, this isn't stimulating my brain enough, so I'm going to go into my imagination and create something that's stimulating.
Yeah, but he's extremely smart. Even if he has that, I don't know if he still has that or if he has that or not, but he's extremely smart and extremely bright because of that.
It's because the same thing happens to me all the time, and I always wondered why.
Genius. I'm just a genius.
No, that's pretty cool. I really like the thought of that.
Yeah,
that's great.
It was Dean Kamen, the guy who created all the schools and all the knowledge.
So we talked about energy force fields. We talked about Dean Kamen, which, by the way, I need to get me started on some modeling too.
Yeah, bro. Facial structure.
That's where it's at. Jawlines, 5-star.
Defined.
Oh yeah. So I was saying we were talking about your business ventures. So I guess we'll go into my business ventures. So my business ventures are going to be the podcast. I'm doing some music with my buddy Ethan. He was in our last video that we actually just made. He's the guy with the blonde hair. The reason I'm doing music, that just has to do with, I just want to make people feel like a happy emotion or a sad emotion. I just want to create music just for someone to escape, or just to, oh, I'm in a good mood, I want to put this song on. I just want that to be my song. That's my only purpose for that. So why do you want to be a life coach?
I want to be able to make an impact on people's lives positively, to where they can have the confidence to reach their full potential in anything they want to do. So whether that's lose weight, whether that's get a great career, whether that's live an amazing life, whether that's create an amazing podcast, whether that's change people's lives with music, whatever it is they want to be able to have that impact on them and change the trajectory of their life in some sort of way to something better or something bigger or something. Yeah. Believe in them more than they believe in themselves. If I can be that person that first switches that little shift in their mind, that little guy in their mind, if I can do that, I'm happy. Yeah. And that's what it's about for the fulfillment.
Something that I truly think is, when you're in your early 20s, it's when you should be taking the most risk with whatever you're going to do.
Take every risk possible.
You should go start that band. You should go, do that crazy thing that you thought
ask
would be
the
worth.
girl out.
Yeah,
ask the guy out.
Absolutely everything, because there's so much minimal risk.
Bro.
You can't be doing crazy stuff when you're, later 30s and stuff like that.
You can. There's more risk. There's more consequence.
You're probably gonna have kids.
Yeah, there's more consequence to it. That's
so my thing is, I'm 21. I'm gonna come out with a podcast. I'm gonna start a band. I'm gonna make YouTube videos. And I truly think that anyone close to my age should be doing the same thing if your goals line up with mine. And that just depends on whatever fulfills you. But at the same time, me working at Allstate or me working at State Farm, we just have so much opportunity here.
Yeah, so you can do whatever it is you want to do, but you have to be able to try and take the risk of failing. And you're going to fail at some stuff, and that's good. You're not supposed to succeed at everything. If everybody succeeded at everything, life would be terribly boring. Imagine this. What if every single shot that one basketball player made,
Drake
never missed? How much would you want to watch that? Okay, yeah, for like maybe a season or something. But after 7 seasons and he never misses, you're not going to want to play against him or watch him anymore. It gets boring.
That's crazy.
So if you don't fail ever, you're boring as shit. We're going to cuss him? You're boring.
Yeah, you're... Exactly. It's just take all the risk now. So many people just have less opportunity than what we're given.
Oh my goodness.
People that maybe aren't even born in the United States, where they can just literally have the complete
America.
freedom. Good old America, you know what I mean? I personally couldn't live with myself if I didn't give it a shot.
Yeah, if I wasn't going for the impact and the fulfillment that I want, the happiness and the joy I get from even creating this with you and then sharing these ideas, I would live like a freaking zombie and just walk around like everything's fine when it's not, when I'm going crazy.
If you just really don't think that there's so much more purpose behind your individual life, all the prisoners, they think otherwise. And that's why we're here. That's why we're watching the podcast right now, because that's just how we think.
We're here to create a new planet.
Yeah.
And we're the beginning of the new planet. Planet Lumbago.
All aboard! One-way ticket, cannot go back.
What Tony Robbins says, if you want to take the island, burn all the boats. something like that. I might have misquoted him, but something to that generalization.
I heard a quote something like that, and basically it was these warriors on a boat, and then they're going into battle with the people that are on the island, and they're outnumbered. The people on the boat say there's like 30 of them. There's 150 troops on the island. And so what the captain does is, as soon as they start getting into shallow water, he lights all the ships on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
He lights all the ships on fire because they were thinking, hey, well, you know, there's a lot of people, maybe we can turn around. Now their only option is just go absolutely 100% all in on whatever you do.
If you have a backup plan, you're always going to rely on the backup plan. Every single time. And if you don't have a backup plan, this is your only choice, you're going to go full force. Say you put just 10% of effort into the backup plan, right? But this particular task, whatever it is, you need 91% of your energy to get there. But you use 10% on the backup plan. So now you only have 90, and now you failed, and now you didn't get the actual thing that you wanted. Yeah. You get to settle. How many times have you settled in your life? How many times have you settled for something that you tried out and you failed at it because you had the backup plan and you settled for it? How many times?
And maybe you could say you settled for it because of this reason or that reason. It's solely up to us. It's just if we're going to do it, it straight comes from inside of us. So we can only give it 110%.
Yes, we could have just not done it at all. We could have given up the first time. You know how hard it was to even get this started? Like, it was so much more work than we thought of.
We were like, okay,
let's just get it. Let's just record.
Hey, we came a long way, right?
Yeah, over here. Like, this is the beginning of it. Like, it's going to be so much, because we're just not going to stop. And if we suck, then we suck. But we're going to try, and then we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know? Let us know if we suck. That was a little intense.
Exhale.
A little passionate there. That was good.
Okay.
Bro, show me your shoes. He's obsessed with
Foot pick.
They're like, what are they?
Just this. These are Vans, bro.
No, the color, bro. Remember I told you the wrong color?
What color is this?
This is yellow.
If you guessed yellow, you're wrong. This is mustard yellow.
Don't even like mustard. Bro, do you like condiments? Fun facts, don't like any condiments.
No ranch, no nothing.
Bro, no ranch.
No
barbecue sauce, no ketchup, no mustard, no mayonnaise, none of that.
I don't think there's any sauce that I don't like. I've had this weird one. It's called Polynesian.
Bro, why would I ever have that in my life?
It literally looks like...
Is that a type of woman?
It looks like red cough syrup, and you dip it in there.
I'm never gonna eat that.
It's from Chick-fil-A.
I can't do it.
Even now that I said it, it sounds horrible. But I remember tasting it. It was not that bad.
Sounds like a woman.
You want to hear the craziest thing?
Go.
Facebook, Amazon, Google. Guess what they're doing?
They're creating originals for their own platform.
No.
That's what they are doing.
They're buying Target. Like, Facebook is buying Target.
What? Target?
Yeah.
Target?
Yep.
Like Walmart, but Target?
Yeah. So, like, I would think that Amazon's going to try and buy Walmart. Because what they're going to do is put their automated systems into the stores.
What do you mean automated systems?
Did you hear about the whole Mark Zuckerberg thing?
Where he got hacked?
I think it was more like supposedly he was selling people's information, like all the
like the Amazon store that they made.
Yeah, like
it's just gonna walk in and people can just walk out with the stuff.
Yeah, basically with your Facebook account, it's gonna be linked with all your card information, and basically you'll walk in, just be able to buy products. But that's just so small scale. Like, they're literally gonna change the game because they already took over the internet. Now they're going to take over the physical stores, and then what else is left?
Space.
It's crazy.
And more you create a new internet.
Whoa. Turn the podcast off. We got to run with this. All right, so this next story, Lorenzo is going to tell you how I met him.
Very first time we met, it was whenever we went to go eat.
Where at?
Was it? Whenever we ate at Cheddar's with...
Oh, I thought it was at that party at Port Aransas in the beach house.
We already met at that time.
We did?
We met at Cheddar's. Like 2
oh,
days
yeah,
prior.
we did meet at Cheddar's.
We met at Cheddar's and we ate some food and he talked about fishing because that's what he knew Darien for, and how they got all this fishing gear from this place that was closing down for like 10% of the original price, and they basically took everything from the store. And I talked about what I wanted to do with my life and how I was in like development and myself, and I was about to graduate, and then how we like to get wasted.
Back in the day.
And
like last year, right?
yeah, just a few months. Yeah, like 6 months. No, even longer than that. It was
It
like
had to
a
be a
year.
year.
Almost like a year.
Had to be a
Like
year.
10 to 12 months ago. That's what it was like. And it was just... And after that, we just partied. And then we had fun. And then just hung
And then
out.
you moved to, we would hang out.
Whenever you would go. I don't think we hang out here yet. Until I moved here.
Right?
Yeah. Whenever you would go over there. And we hung out at the parties. And then that was it, really.
Yeah,
And then whenever I came here, I finally moved.
Yeah, and then I just started hitting you up and we started doing random shit, causing havoc downtown. It's actually Fiesta right now. We're here in San Antonio, Texas, and a lot of people actually don't know what Fiesta is. Do you know what Fiesta is?
I don't even know what Fiesta is. People keep saying, Fiesta, Fiesta, Fiesta. Like, I've never heard of this in my life.
Yeah.
Right here.
So what Fiesta is, it's probably bad. I don't know the reason for it.
And you are from here.
Yeah, we're just gonna 86 that entire thing. But basically, a lot of people just go downtown, get plastered. They get chicken on a stick, so it's like a chicken breast. It's like fried stick, jalapeno on top. It's called a chicken on a stick, yeah.
Bro, it sounds fucking solid.
Yeah, it is. Then they got the shrimp on a stick. Those are about $12. The chicken on a stick is $7. Then they have oyster shots.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Oyster. I don't know how it works. I have not done that. And then everyone's just dancing to like cumbias.
And they just get drunk and hang out. It's
Pretty
just a big
much.
party in the middle of freaking Mexicanville, and that's it.
Mexicanville. The first question, Lorenzo, that Jackie... Oh, shit, I probably shouldn't say her name. Okay, anyways. First question that Jackie put was, hey, I'm in a long-distance relationship. I really love my boyfriend, but he's going to be moving out of state, and we want to continue this relationship. I just don't really know what to do because we're only 16, and it sounds crazy, but I am in love with him. What should I do?
Wow.
She's 16 and in love, Lorenzo. What does she do? She wants to continue the relationship.
He's moving out of states.
Yeah, and everyone is telling her that they should break up.
There's two answers here. You love him. Love. Or you love him and you actually do. And you're going to get married after like 20 years. And you're going to have 3 kids. And you're going to name one Lorenzo and one Justin. and one Lumbago. And then you're going to have an amazing time. So there's two ways you can approach it. But you have to be able to go and think about whatever happens. So think about 20 years from now and see yourself with him. And then think about 20 years from now if you see yourself without him with a decision about not doing it. And then see what actually feels better to you. And then go from there. And you can ask plenty of people what to do, but you're actually going to have the answer.
Have you ever been in a long-distance relationship?
I have.
For real?
Yes.
How was that?
It was...
How far?
It was a few hours away. And it was good. And then it was bad. But every relationship's good and bad. It grew me.
Because y'all miss each other a lot, right?
I mean, yeah, it's about that, but it was about like being separate and being able to communicate well. So it grew my communication skills and in my relationships now, even with my friends and my family. So it's a good thing in that sense. Everything can be good if you see it in a good way. This whole situation with Jackie can be good if you see it in a good way. She's going to grow and learn from this. If she stays in the relationship, she's going to grow and learn either that this was the right guy, this was not. It can be negative either way. You can be like, okay, she's only 16, she's not in love, and then she's like, all of it could be either way. So I always look at the positive and the negative. I'm not going to be like ignorant to either side because the reality is whatever you create in your head. If you think this is a good thing, then it's a good thing. If you think this is a bad thing, it's a bad thing. So relationships long distance, if you think it's a good idea, then it's a good idea. But if you think it's a bad idea, then it's bad. So you both have to be on the same wavelength and think the correctly. So it's about communication at the beginning and saying, are you going to be okay with this? Are you going to be okay with this?
I've never done a long distance relationship. I've had like a couple of relationships. I probably had like 5 or 6 actual relationships.
Real ones?
Real ones.
There's fake ones. Real ones?
Yeah, all of them, I mean, they've all lasted like, 3, 6 months, a year. Never anything long distance.
Story time. So Justin is going to tell us how he lost his virginity.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Do I have to?
Bro, now you have to. They're watching. Everybody's eager to know.
Oh, man. Okay. So you got ask me like the details on it, like how old were you, this and that.
Yeah. So let's get it started, and I'm gonna go into detail and interrogate you while you're doing it. Y'all help me interrogate him. Ask him questions.
Let's see. I was.
How old?
I was young.
Oh God! I was 7.
13. No, just kidding. No, I was 15.
Don't lie to the camera.
I was 15. It was my freshman year
15.
in high school.
Freshman year.
Yes.
Who was she? Don't say her name. Say her middle name.
Courtney or Nicole? He doesn't know. I don't remember her middle name.
Identity sealed.
Pretty much. Let's see what happened.
User protection.
Of course.
What
I was
kind?
too scared. Trojan.
Was she popping the pills?
No. We were kids, dude. We were like 15.
No, like on birth control.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids are kids on birth control? Are y'all on birth control at 15? Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm putting my child on birth control at 12, bro. What you mean? As soon as that period starts, birth control, here you go.
Gotta fix
Whenever
that.
this starts happening, you take these pills now. So that's how that works. But okay, man. 15. Her name was Courtney Nicole, middle name.
Courtney Nicole.
Use protection.
Midterm exams. You know how we had those half days in school?
Okay.
So she was my girlfriend at the time for like 6 months.
3 to 6 months. That's
For about 3 to 6 months. And it was like at our high school, kids were just doing it. Like a lot of kids. Was it like that?
Reckless.
Was it like that when you were in high school? Like it was the word on the street. Like if you had sex, everyone knew. He had sex with her. And then like 2 days would pass and they'd be like, oh yeah, he had sex with her. Like everyone was just getting like knocked off. Like
laid.
Okay. Yeah, and everyone knew. They're like, he got laid. Okay, they just got laid. Carlos smashed all of them. 1, 2, and 3. Carlos, you fucking legend.
Damn it, Carlos, we love you.
Oh my God.
That's my dad's name.
And then there's there's the one guy that knocked out 3 birds with 1 stone. There's always that guy.
So where were you?
It was at her house. She drove. She was not a good driver, by the way. So,
you're 15.
Yeah, she was not a good driver.
Wait, she was 15 too.
She was 15.
Okay.
No, she was 16.
She was 16.
She was a year older.
Older woman.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when we were driving to her house, she actually got on the wrong side of the road. While we were driving with me in the car.
Women can't drive.
And she's like, there's just a car and just honked at her. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, what do you mean, oh my God? And I did not know how to drive at all. I was terrified. I just completely put all my trust in her. But yeah, so we ended up just going back to her parents' house because they didn't get off work until like 3, 4, 5 p.m. And it was like 12.
Okay, midday. Okay. How was the weather?
It was a sunny day.
Birds chirping.
Yeah, it's probably because it was the day. It was the day.
Wait, did you plan it or did it just come up whenever you went to her house? Like in your head were you like, okay,
no,
this
it was,
day, this time.
It was just like, hey, we have exams. What do you want to do after? She's like, well, my parents are going to be home. Do you want to come? Do you want to go hang out at my Do you want to come to my house? My parents are going to be there. And I was like, yeah. And I was just, I don't know, I guess I just kind of took it as like, okay.
You took it all right.
Yeah. I did not take anything. What are you talking about?
She took it. Was she a virgin?
I think so.
She probably lied to him.
Yeah.
She was?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a mutual thing.
Okay.
And then after that, I was probably with her for like another couple months, and then, high school is high school, I guess. How did Lorenzo Vega lose his virginity? How old were you?
Okay, I was 17.
17?
Yes.
Did you still look like this when you lost it?
No, I looked like this. You can put the other
Yeah.
High school is not my best moment, we can say that.
So 17 you were graduated?
17, no. I was a junior going to senior year of high school.
Okay.
So it was the summertime. It was like June, I think. Man, this story. Okay, so I went to, it was at her house. She was older than me, she as well, actually. Yeah. She was 18. I don't think she had a middle name. She was 18. Her parents were at work, but she was watching her little sister, right? And she has a little brother too. Her little sister's like 4 at the time, or 5, and her brother's like 15 or 14, right? So just a few years. So he went to the same high school as us. We were in high school together. She was the captain of the dance team. It's called like Major or something. So she's the captain of the dance team.
How old was she?
She's 18.
Okay.
So we went to her house. After...
Wait, how'd y'all start talking?
We met because we had class. We had class together, and I wanted a girlfriend, so I met, and then she was my girlfriend, actually. Yeah.
She was your girlfriend?
She was my girlfriend at the time. One of my first girlfriends out of my real relationships, not the fake ones, the real ones. So I consider her my first real one, and she was virgin as well. So we went, and it was summertime, so there was no class or anything, so we just went to her house because we were just hanging out. I'd never been to her house.
Yeah.
So we went to her house. And
parents home?
Her parents were gone. She was watching her little sister.
Oh, yeah,
and her brother was at, like, practice for, like, band or something. He was at practice or something. So we were there, and then...
and then just clothes come off instantly.
I mean, we went to the room, and then basically we were talking for a little bit, and then... Like, we had talked about sex before, but we never did it. So we talked for a little bit, and then it happened. But...
It happened?
But, like, no protection, right? But, like, midway... We hear banging on the door.
Boom, boom, boom.
And it's her little sister.
Okay. Well, that's not... That.
Right?
Okay.
So she's banging, and then she's, like, yelling at her. She's like, stop banging, go away. Like, we're fine. We're doing this. Go eat something or whatever. Because we were in the middle of,
Yeah.
So...
She's like, Dad's home.
No, she was, like, banging again, and then she would leave. And we'd be like, all right, so we continued... I don't know. We didn't know what we were doing, so we just continued not knowing, fumbling around, trying to figure out what, where. So we continued.
This goes in just like this.
And then there's more banging because she came back, the little sister.
House is on fire.
She was hungry, so she wanted to eat.
Oh.
So at this time, she got mad, so she got up and she like put a robe on and she went to go get her some food. And I was hiding in the closet in case somebody else came in or she came back or whatever. So I was just hiding, still in there. And then she came back after she gave her food and she was eating whatever. And we came back. We tried to go like finish her, do it again. And then we started again, and then we heard more banging. So the little sister came back. She ate all the food.
Yeah. So it's just
came back,
interrupted the entire time.
Yeah. So she no, it's not done. So she came back, and then she was banging like louder, and then we hear the brother's voice.
Oh god. And that's when it just shriveled up.
And then the door is like the doors you can unlock with like
your finger?
Yeah.
Oh god.
So he unlocks the door.
No, he does not.
He opens the door, and I'm like,
oh god!
And she like jumps off, and I fly, and I get all my clothes, and I run outside.
You run outside?
I get my clothes on. And then she's like, she runs the brother and the sister out of the room, first of all, because the sister's like,
how old's her brother?
Brother's like 15, 16, something like that.
God.
And so like, she runs them out of the room, and then I'm getting everything on, freaking out. And then I leave. Nothing finishes. No one finishes anything. So you know what that means. And then I leave, and that was. I mean, there's plenty of stuff after that, but that was it. Like it was terrible. It was not good. None of it was good. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't like these were long times. Like the girl was knocking pretty fast, so it wasn't like it was like an hour. Like it was like this is all within like 15 minutes.